Welcome to this month's newsletter. Today is January 21st. Looking at SPX, quite a rally from the bottom here. At this point, we are approaching this trend line that the SPX, if you connect these 2 points, you're going to get this trend line. We are at that point, and Chicago is bumping into these candles, so we might have some resistance here. I wouldn't be surprised to see them at least come back and test the 50-day moving average here, the green line. Keep in mind the Kumo here is trending pretty thin, so if the bulls can manage to hold the 50 as support, they might be able to break the Kumo to the upside. So, however, we are at resistance at this point. Same thing with the Dow. We have broken the 50 below the resistance trend line as well as the 200-day moving average. So Chicago bumping into resistance, we might have a few days of consolidation here. The only index that has broken above that downtrend line is the Nasdaq, and we are holding this steep uptrend, which is going to be very difficult to hold. So I would expect them to break this trend line to the downside, maybe consolidate a little bit along this line and then finally break out. But I do expect a little bit of consolidation here. Looking at oil, we do have an inverted head and shoulders kind of a deal going on. If they break out of these levels, you could be looking at a strong move up. We'll have to see how they do it. Look at the weekly chart. We are above the 200-week moving average. There's Chicago is free, no resistance here until the weekly Kijun up at 59.81, so no problems on the weekly. Monthly also no problems until 59.28. Chicago is a little free, so nothing there either. So on the daily, the question is whether the bulls can break out over these highs of 54.34. If they can break that, we can have a big move up. Gold is slash GC. Gold should be consolidating here. Let's look at the weekly. In a couple of weeks, we might be able to break above the clouds here, but notice that we are bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish clouds. So essentially, gold is just consolidating. And then people ask me on Tesla. Tesla is the same chart here, it's just consolidating. There's really no trend. Keep in mind Ichimoku is for trending systems. This one is out of trend here, so I would not be playing Tesla using Ichimoku or anything for that matter. Just if you just want to play it between these two zones, sell some put credit spreads and sell some call credit spreads, you could do that. Amazon on the weekly is above the Kijun and the 50-week moving 100 at this point, but again, this is just one close. I would rather see one more close above the week. They could come back down at this point, so I really wouldn't place too much credence on that. If you notice, the daily Amazon is bumping against the 200-day moving average. Could have some consolidation here, bring it back to the 50-day moving average. And let's look at one more. Google is hitting top of the Kumo at this point with a big doji. I would expect some consolidation here too. And then maybe give it another few weeks before they can come out of the Kumo, and then you can have probably another trend up. That'll be it.